Hello to everyone in the internet. I'm Nathan of Washington, and you are watching Culture Shock, the only show on the internet that knows how to separate an issue of culture from an issue of politics. It is currently November 29th, and this is the news. Hello to you all. Stormy Daniels apparently had nothing to do with the recent defamation case against Trump. Like, she literally did not make the case. Or rather, her lawyer, Michael Avenatti, made the case himself. Now, from what I understand, a lawyer should not be legally able to make a case on his defendant's behalf without their express permission, to my knowledge. No, what's even worse is that Avenatti was apparently keeping the crowdfunding info from Miss Daniels. Like, she was preventing her from seeing how much money she was making from the crowdfunding and where it was going. Yeah, this guy's dirty AF, Michael Avenatti. All kinds of dirty schemes coming from this guy. In fact, I dare say Miss Daniels has been taken for a ride. Like, literally, she was convinced that a fake case really happened, I'll bet. Somehow. Like, straight up manipulation, and this was all just Michael Avenatti trying to make a little extra cash. Bottom line is that, whether you believe that or not, the point is, a lawyer cannot file a suit without the defendant's permission. Who knows? Maybe she thought the case was real. Like, maybe Trump really did do something to her. But I would say that this is a false claim that has gone horribly awry, and now a money-hungry, power-hungry, dirty AF lawyer has taken this young woman for a ride. And has taken everything from her, money-wise. Basically, he might as well just be flipping her over and giving her a shakedown, and then taking whatever falls out. Like a dirty little piñata. Wonderful guy, this Michael Avenatti. Wonderful guy. Whatever the case may be, true or whether the case is true or false against Trump, at this point it really doesn't matter. He is your president, and Stormy Daniels is a victim of Michael Avenatti's money-grubbing little hands. Without question. Raimundo Attesiano, an Italian-American police officer, is getting 3 years for framing black men and one teenager for crimes in order to impress some elected officials or another, to make it look like he's really efficient. Framing them for such crimes include burglary and car thefts, in a predominantly white neighborhood, of course. Man, I hope that guy gets raped or something. That'd be amazing. He deserves something while he's in there. Racist piece of shit. I hate to say that about anybody, but it's the truth. I hope something happens to him in there to give him a huge wake-up call. Twitter has banned a Putin bot. They had a false account on Twitter under Putin's name, saying that he has no time to waste on social media, is something he'd said. Like, you know, the account was obviously fake because Putin says he has no time to waste on social media, which is a wonderful statement on our society today, worldwide, because a lot of the time, social media is a waste of time. There are better things you could be doing. Besides, he's already got a mouthpiece for social stuff. Dmitry Peskov. He's the press and social representative of the Kremlin. I wonder just how exactly a fake account could lure millions of folks in 2018. Like, I remember back in the earlier internet when this shit was common, where fake accounts would lure people into them. Apparently no one learned way back when there was like fake MySpace accounts. Apparently no one learned. Putin doesn't even have a smartphone and is just very old-fashioned. The guy doesn't have any social media accounts. He doesn't have really much of anything. Truth is, it's all very much like a divine comedy of sorts. It's hilarious that you can actually live without social media in 2018, provably, as a politician no less, when everyone else is claiming like, oh, you gotta have social media in 2018. Apparently not. And apparently you can also have a fake account established in your name that lures millions of gullible idiots into believing it was real. It's actually a pretty solid statement on our relative level of intelligence in our modern society and the fact that we really just don't need social media. It's a bonus to life, but it is not needed to live. Now, here's probably my favorite story. I got a report on this. An armed citizen kills mass shooter before he can kill anyone else. He shot maybe 2 people, although we don't know if the shots were fatal. But the gunman just walks into a restaurant in Oklahoma and starts shooting. And an armed citizen, a hero, a guy, girl, I don't know, but a hero to stop the mass shooting. We don't know this person's name yet. All we know is they sprung right into action. There are over 100 witnesses currently being detained and undergoing interviews to find all the facts. But this is great. I mean, you never hear this from the mainstream media. Alright, you'll hear this on the internet, and you never hear this on the mainstream, because they want to demonize guns across the board. But the fact that someone still had a gun and wasn't taken away from him, shoots a mass shooter before they can kill anyone else. This is great. This is wonderful. I mean, this is my point. All gun control does is take guns away from innocent citizens. Criminals can still get them. Oh, and even if they can't, they'll just use a different weapon. They'll just switch to something else. They'll go to stabbings instead of shootings. There'll be mass stabbings like in England. You get my point? Gun control, all it does is give criminals a reason to use a different weapon. They'll still be criminals and they'll still kill people. So gun control does nothing. Pointless, useless, backwards legislation that accomplishes nothing. This is great. Whoever it was that did this, you are a hero, sir or madam. You saved lives. And that's all anyone can really ask from anyone with an armed citizen with a gun. To just be, you know, at your moral best and stop this shit before it happens. That's all we ask. Be brave, be considerate, and do your civic duty in stopping yet another one of these horrible crimes from happening. Thank you. That's it for Culture Shock this week, folks. Tschüss.